Welcome back, everybody, to Grand Tactician, the Civil War. I'm Grumpy Grandpa Gaming, and this is episode 36 of our Confederate Summer 61 campaign in version 1.10 using the A.O.M mod. I do have one new viewer unit that's being added in, and that is the 1st California Secessionists, Texas soldiers, since I can't recruit Californians, and they are now the 2nd Brigade of the 4th Division of the Corps of the Missouri. So you're working out west. Alright, moving on from there. We'll go east to west on what's happening. So we have moved the Corps of Shenandoah into Washington, D.C. after their victory at the Battle there, forcing all the Union Corps in areas. Basically, go back out a little further. Most of these corps are all flashing. Their morale is pretty well gone. So I'm going to hold the Corps of Shenandoah here in the Capital District for the time being. They're down to yellow readiness, and I have no plans on advancing them any further. So I believe I will just let them sit there. I think our next fight will be over here at the bottom of the valley with the Corps of the Potomac taking on the 1st Corps of the Army of the West. So a little bit of a numbers disparity, but I think we'll be fine. I think this will be our next fight, so we can fully take Winchester back under our control, because it's not flipping in either direction since both armies are basically sitting right outside of town. Coming further west, over here in Ohio, we're having issues. Like I said in the last episode, this has turned more into a quagmire for me than the intended quagmire for the Union. Both corps from the Army of Western Virginia are in orange readiness. They can't move anywhere. They're stuck where they are. So I'm hoping the AI gives me enough time to get their readiness up to at least yellow so I can start extricating them out. I need to get them down into southern Ohio and possibly back into the western side of Virginia. So my plans here is to pull the Corps of Monongahela back down to Columbus, Corps of Kanawha, over here to Dayton, with the Army Command at Columbus or somewhere in between, hopefully. And either move them south into Kentucky or back into western Virginia. I'm not sure which way we're going to go yet. Just right now, just moving them a safe distance away from the Union forces in the area is the top priority. Over here in Missouri, we're still having a hard time flipping this state. We're trying to chase out the last federal corps, which were in a pocket over here in the Georgetown, Warsaw, what town is this? And Jefferson City Triangle. They're now north of the river up here somewhere. So, like I stated last episode, I'm trying to get these corps up and basically forming a fence line along this rail line. So if the other Union Corps that are not currently in the state try pushing back in, we should be able to easily push them north of the state's borders and finally take Missouri under our control. North of there, Corps of Rio Grande's in trouble. They're now at my intended jump-off point for them on their tour of the northern parts of this country, but they're down in orange readiness also, and the 1st Corps of the Army of Iowa is coming for them. They only have 1,000 more men than we do, and no artillery, but they are now, unlike the last time we fought them, they now do have combat experience, so any type of fighting will not be in our favor, I believe. Especially with orange readiness. So the Corps of Rio Grande may not even fight. They may just start retreating away from this army. I'm hoping they stand and fight for a little bit, because we might be able to win that and give them enough time to recover and get them moving again, but I'm doubtful of it. And over here, Corps of Florida, once again, they are tracking back east, and I'm going to have them head all the way back to the East Coast to start taking down Fortress Monroe. Now, down here in the Gulf, I just saw the French disappointment was disintegrated. We lost that fleet. 2 of the ships did survive the disintegration, and I've now fleeted them up with Raider Squadron, which now has orders to move into Pensacola. And hopefully I'll be able to, we don't have a repeat of what happened in the last episode, and I'll be able to raid these 2 fleets down and out of the Gulf. And then there'll be no more Union presence in the Gulf except for Fort Jefferson, which it doesn't have any effect on trade at all, so I'm not worried about it. I'd like to take it down, but there's no way to support forces taking it down outside of using a fleet. My fleets are just not capable of taking down a fortification of 3 levels. So hopefully this fleet doesn't disintegrate on us. Only time will tell. But hopefully. And I do believe that covers everything for now. I'm hoping the rest of this month is going to stay quiet. I doubt the AI will oblige me on that, but we'll see. We'll see. So I'll be back when something happens. Alright everybody, it looks like our next fight is going to be with the Corps of the Rio Grande. So it's October 25th in game 1700, moving on to 1800. And the 1st Corps, or the Army of Iowa itself, the Army Command is now on the field under Nelson Taylor, is attacking Longstreet. Not sure what the battle name is going to be because there's no towns nearby. But they're coming at me with 4,099 infantry, 1,099 cavalry, and 0 guns. Going against my 3,900 cavalry and 11 guns. So as long as these brigades are not too large, I think I might leave this as a mounted action, but we'll see. We got to get onto the map first, so I'll be back after the load screen. Welcome everyone to the Battle of Indian Village. So even though Indian Village is nowhere close to where we are fighting this battle geographically, I guess it was the closest town, so it gets the name. Because there's just nothing in the area of this map that had any big geographic landmarks or anything like that. So we fought on this map before. Last battle we fought, he was along this ford. Same defense location again, it looks like. But we do have more of a deployment zone, and the Federals, instead of coming in from over here, are now coming in from the south side of the map over here along the Van Cleef Lane. So we know what the AI is going to do. They're going to follow this road and follow this road around and come and use this path again. So what we're going to do is I'm going to send my defensive line along here. This is what I'm thinking I'm going to do. So I'm now very leery of using any type of cover, even railroad tracks. I do believe we can set up here, use the trees for at least some cover because it does seem to have some effectiveness still. Or we could set up on the railroad tracks, but they might see us and start moving around, and I want to risk that. So I'm going to set up over here, straddling the road, because I know they're going to come this way. So I'm going to get my forces set up. I don't think I'm going to do dispositions this time, because there's only a 1 VIR unit in this army, and it's a very small army too, so hopefully this won't be a long action. Well, last time I said that, it ended up still being like 50 minutes, even with a small action. So I'll get set up, and I'll be back once we have contact with the enemy. Alrighty, it's 1855, day 1. Day's coming to a close soon, and right now their cavalry brigade is right here. My artillery just started hitting them. So I'm going to take a chance here because it is coming on the end of the day, and I'm going to try to take them out before the infantry support arrives. So I have 1st Division closing in on them. It looks like they're coming at us too. So that's a little surprising, but we do have the artillery firing on them, so we should have the better of this exchange. Oh, there goes the end of the day. We're going to start getting into a gunfight. I'm already at 2% casualties. I guess I lost some people overnight. Reshift this here so these guys are out on the road. There's no telling what the Union will do. And their officer got wounded after what, 1 or 2 volleys? Awesome. Pegram's wounded. I'm losing officers left and right this campaign. Alright. Let's get this moving again. We're just going to do this the old-fashioned way. I want this brigade gone before their infantry comes up. Good old cavalry charge. What the hell's going on with this brigade? Get in there. What's going on here? Are they actually standing and fighting? And I got a brigade that's breaking. Ah, that's brigade with the wounded commander. Did all my brigades just break? Are you kidding me? Springfields. These guys are all musket armed. Alright. That did not go very well for me at all. That puts me at 12% casualties. There's 7. Looks like they're about to walk into canister range anyway. That just wasn't cool. How far are they going to run? Don't go too far, boys. Don't want you moving, I just want you to turn. The next shot should be canister fire. Yep, there they go. Alright, let's see if we can bag them. This is such a small battle. If we bag this brigade, it might put us over the top for the victory. Are you kidding me? Another one of my brigades broke. Oh, this is ridiculous. That's a broken brigade. How are our guys breaking when they're brigade? When they're going up against a broken brigade. That's ridiculous. That should have not happened. It's a goddamn broken brigade. That shouldn't have that should have not happened. This brigade's broken. How did my brigades break going after a broken brigade? Alright guys, dismount. Get ready for a regular brawl. just want you turned, damn it. I know our morale's low, but that should have not happened. Now it's 17% casualties. Are you kidding me? I think it's going to be artillery that saves the day for us. They start shooting at the right damn units. Oh, this is not going to be pretty. Goddamn, halt that battery. Told it to halt. Hopefully we put enough canister into this flank brigade that it forces it off. There goes 2nd Texas. That's the Texas Rangers, actually, and their commander's wounded now, too. I don't know if the canister's having any effect on these guys. And these guys reform. No. Damn it. Now that brigade's about to break. That'll help. But my morale's about to break. We're done. Focus on that brigade. If we lose this battle, I think this corps will disintegrate. Another wounded officer, Debray wounded. What are you guys aiming at? There goes another brigade. Yep, there's our defeat. I'll be honest with you. If my brigades hadn't broken, well, fighting a broken unit, which doesn't make any sense, we would have not lost this one. At all. This is ridiculous. Alright, let's roll this off. Oh, there goes that brigade broken. Honestly, probably, like you just saw there, for another minute or two, and that brigade would have broken, this would be a much different story. Alright, so we didn't do too well on causing casualties. So we caused 350 casualties to their 4,000 infantry, 400 of their 1,100 cavalry, total 750 of their 5,000. We don't have any infantry, so we lost 1,049 of our cavalry. You know, shows a total of 1,050. And we're not going to look at the paperwork. This one is just, yeah. I mean, it was always going to be a close fight because of my morale issue, but if those brigades hadn't broken, fighting a broken gal, I know I sound like a broken record. I sound like it to myself. And Colonel Hawes has fallen in disgrace. I think almost every officer was wounded in that fight except for the corps commander. And that's actually going to affect the morale of this corps even more with the high officer casualty rate. All right. So the Indians reportedly suffered total casualties of 771 men. Thereof 120 killed and 35 captured. The morale is believed to be confident. I'm not so sure. Our casualties total 1,050 with 83 killed and 284 missing. That's not good at all. It says corps in retreat, so hopefully it did not disintegrate. Yeah, they're retreating, not disintegrating, so I'm going to have a chance to fix that officer corps real fast. Any of the division commanders wounded? No. Hawes is in disgrace, but I'm going to leave him in command. Pegram's wounded. And I can only use professionals, so I gotta take whoever I can. So I'm out of Indian Territory officers. Robertson. Marmaduke, there's a job for you. And Debray, I think is the only other one. Chambliss. Oh, but they are down in the red. If the Federal AI chases this core down, it will disintegrate. And that's not a good thing. Alright. That didn't take too long, so I'm going to keep this episode along a little further. Hopefully I can get to the end of the month without another action, so we can open up the next episode with the monthlies, but I doubt it. We'll see. I'll be back. Alright, it's October 27th in game. The Raider Squadron has ported in at Tampa. So, we're going to put them to raid and see if they don't disintegrate too. Hopefully the same thing doesn't happen to this squadron that happened to the French Disappointment. Though it has 2 of their ships in it. So the 2 French Rams are at 99%, the Virginia's at 96%. They are full of ammo, they are full readiness. Ammunition is at 100%, provisions, coal, everything's at 100%, including readiness. So if this fleet disintegrates, I'm just giving up on the Gulf. Speed this along a little bit here. And who reached destination? Price. Alright. Alright. We have flipped Missouri. It is finally in our control after all this time. Happy days. Something has gone our way. Let's pause out of here and take a look at that. Beautiful is now red in our control. Perfect. So, I'm not going to advance these core anymore. It's now October. So, I want these boys settled down for winter. How are we looking over here? Alright, Court of Monongahela is back in the yellow, but the Army of New England is just south of us now. And they're not too high into the yellow where I can safely move them. It doesn't look like Lauren's getting his readiness up at all. Alright, back down the Gulf. Oh, there we go. Got an action. Alright, the Virginia, the Berwick Bay, and the Bon Secours Bay are taking on the Preble, the Richmond, and the Powhatan. And Preble's a sloop of war. The Richmond is a steam frigate. And the Powhatan is a side wheel frigate. Hopefully we disable or capture all 3 of them. I doubt that's going to happen, but we can always dream. We need us a victory right now. Virginia's rammed the Powhatan. Bon Secours rammed somebody. Who'd they ram? That's also ramming the Powhatan. Oh, they're down to 57%. They're taking down that side wheel pretty quick. Richmond's taking some damage now. Ooh, Berwick Bay went down to 69%. What'd they take damage from? Not seeing where it took that damage from. Powhatan's down to 38. There we go. Capture the Powhatan. That's a side wheel. We could use her. Give me another ship for the deep water navy I want to build. Richmond's down to 51. And the Preble's down to 61. Oh, Richmond's about to go out. She's either going to sink or get away. And she's withdrawing. Oh, we captured the Preble. I'm happy with letting the Richmond go if we got the other two. Even though it's a steam frigate, it's not a bad ship with 40 guns. Sloop's only 9. But that'd be a good ship to add to the New Orleans squadron down in Key West. Nice. And it doesn't look like that fleet is going anywhere yet. Nope. 7 Florida Keys. They weren't in the fight. They got 7 ships with 3 disabled. And Gulf Blockade Squadron 2 has 7 ships with 8 disabled. Guns 6. Kind of odd, but it is what it is. Kind of makes me wish I hadn't sent down the Key Squadron down here. Let's put these guys on a raiding stance, just in case the Union AI tries to sneak a fleet in down here. We'll know about it. And if I can get one of these fleets forced off, we should be able to catch another 1 or 2 of them as they're leaving the Gulf. Alright. It's October 29th in game. I don't think there's much movement going on, so we might end this episode on this happy note. So we can open up next month with the monthlies. So Readiness is getting back up. Now they're building a hospital up here. So I'm a little worried because there are now Union Corps operating south of the Corps of Monongahela. There's the Army of New England and their 1st Corps. I don't know where they're tracking to, but they're moving. Looks like they're going to leave the Corps of the Rio Grande alone. Actually, their Corps look probably just in as bad a shape as the Corps of the Rio Grande right now. Weisenberg destination. Okay, that's Corps of Missouri. I need Price to get his Readiness back up. I think it's just stuck in the red. And I don't know why. Having him in that town should help. Alrighty, it's now October 31st, so I do believe we're going to end this here. We'll let it roll over to November 1st, and then we'll pause it there so we can open the next episode with the monthlies. Maybe purchase some stuff that will help out a little bit. There we go. November 1st. Alright, like I said, we will end this one here. If you're a new viewer, returning viewer, if you're not yet subscribed, please think about hitting that subscribe button. If you do, remember to hit that bell icon so you're alerted when the next videos come out. If you like a brigade in one of my armies, please let me know in the comments below. Type of unit, state it's from, weapons, uniforms, officers, and I will oblige you on all counts if possible. And comments, keep them coming. You know I love answering your guys' comments. And I will see you all at the next episode. Stay grumpy.